Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of Saturday, or that time of the evening on Saturday. I really don't care. If you're watching already, you're in the right place. If not, then we're in for a surprise. Oh, we've got two coffee coins tonight, light roast and dark roast. Maybe it's gold roast. I don't know, but they're going to roast one another. Juan Valdez is in the background someplace doing whatever Juan is doing. I'm just not quite sure. I really don't care. And we got KarenOnChain. So that ought to tell you something right now as we get going here in about a minute 15.
You have 500,000 pounds in your account, in your Coinbase account. So all we need is your card number to be able to give you that money, okay?
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Let me just pull over because I'm driving, all right?
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am, please. So just give me your card details and the 500,000 will be with you right now.
Yeah, okay. Let me just pull over. I'm driving a car. Hold on. Give me a sec. 1 second. Oh, sorry.
Hello, ma'am.
I just had a car crash.
Oh, ma'am, can you give me your card details?
Sorry. I just had a car crash. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. Just, can you reach your card?
No, I just had a car crash. I think I lost my legs.
Well, you're breathing and talking, so I'm sure you're gonna be fine, ma'am. So if you can give me your card details, I'll be able to help you, okay?
Hey, does anybody got their card details? I need their card details right now. Looks like the dog is eating Joker's card details. Oh, God. I got to fix Joker until he's ready. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Listen. We don't need the man boob, Joker. We don't need the man boob. All right. I'm going to hit Joker's mute. All right. And if you, yeah, there you go, One Soul Pat, because it gives a lot of feedback for everybody. Anyway, so the ghost is burping. My apologies. I got a cherry limeade ghost drink over here, and so I don't mean to burp in people's ears. Anyway, long and short, guys, welcome to the show. Of course, this is it's actually named two things. I call it the Cats of Crypto show, but it's actually the Joker and the Pelish Miner show. And we're from our respective projects, and we're going from there. I gotta do something about these. I gotta do something about these Twitch things here. Let's see here. Aki here. Show Aki here. Aki's head is popped up. There you go, Aki. All right. So we got everybody here. We're doing
Hello.
wonderful. Hello, Aki. Hello, hello. Joker is driving with the dog in the back. So it's one of those things. It looks like Pleasure Q said good night, and we're just getting underway. So we got something different, guys. We've got 2 coffee coins. Hey, Max Wombat, also in Australia. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So pop that out of there, and of course we've got KarenOnChain, and Karen is an AI project. From what I understand, Karen usually does all the talking. Is that correct, Karen?
Yeah. So we use a bunch of voice tools and AI tools to make Karen. Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, we got a whole thing. The Joker's usually the question taker, answer kind of guy, but since he's driving and you can't see anything but his arms, we're kind of stuck until he gets back to the house and gets on the satellite. Pleasure Q says coffee coin, but which one? We got 2 of them here, guys. But then it's all good. It's all good. We can't complain. He says, One Soul Pat's got some finger action going on there. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna have it. We're gonna do a little shopping comparing. One Soul Pat is from CoffeeCoin Labs, and Space Cat is from CoffeeCoin. And so it's a little different. Of course, we have Aki from the Fine Community in the background, and it's a little different. I have to admit. There we go. Pleasure Q. It's for you, Pat. It says hi, Pat. That's what it says. So, if you guys have got it and it's like Spaces, if you share it out on your little account, on your accounts on X, and if you get a chance to, great. If you don't, there's no penalization. We do giveaways here, and I'm kind of doing something slightly different. If you're in the chat and you stay here to the end, your odds are probably a little bit better. I do a little hash rate giveaway where I mine bonk on unmineable.com for you for a week, and I give that away. Joker sometimes gives away tokens. Sometimes I give away tokens. But the number one thing is that it looks like I'm going to be buying both coffee coins tonight and then giving that away too. So $5 a piece, because I decide what the hell, not which one's better, but somebody can get that, and it's awesome. Techman Chai, dual streaming, FTW. Techman Ty is one of the OGs for Cats of Crypto. He's been around a long time, and I do mean a long time. He's been with us from the very beginning, and he knows the story about Overboard Tech because he was friends with Overboard Tech. So anyway, Aki, since Joker's driving, who do you want to ask questions or talk to first?
Hey, it's great, man. So let me turn down one headset because it's a brand new headset and it does not have dual functionality, meaning that I can't listen and talk at the same time. So I'm using my cell phone, man. So let's go to Space Cats, man. How's it going today?
Not too bad. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Great.
5 on 5. So, man, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to create Space Cat.
Oh, Space Cat itself? Okay, yeah, it hung on after
Coffee.
no, I was a firefighter and I'm retired. But when I first showed up for my first day on the job, the guys in the hall looked out, saw me driving in with a silver Trans Am. It was a T roof, and it looked like I was in a spaceship. So they said, "Oh, that guy looks like he's all spaced out. He's probably on pot and everything else." So they called me Cat. They said, "Hey, Space Cat," and it just stuck. So they shortened it down to Cat eventually, but so I always kept that moniker. It's I like it. It's me. But
so it's a nickname, like a lot of things that come up just for you in general, not
yeah,
a project.
Everybody in the fire department had their own nickname. My dad was in the fire department. His name was called Cabbage. And then eventually he started calling me Little Cabbage, but I didn't like that one. But I've been in since 2019 in crypto. I wish I'd been in a lot sooner, obviously. Some friends of mine tried to get me in, and not going to touch that. And I, like a lot of people said, "Oh, if I only knew." Yeah, it happens. But there's always another thing that comes along, and hey, you learn from your mistakes. You jump in. Next time you don't wait, you jump. So that's what I figure in crypto nowadays. But that's me in a short and sweet of it. I didn't start the CoffeeCoin, just so you know. I came in on day one of bonding. I wasn't the team that started it.
Okay, so you were a CTO. That would be a good.
It's not really CTO. No, they're still involved, but they asked me to come on and day one of bonding and help out. So and I liked it. I liked the idea. So I said, sure, no problem. And I'm known pretty good. I don't know whether you guys know me. I'm known pretty good through the crypto space. A lot of people know me by Space Cat, of course.
Hey, that's great, man. So, Cats of Crypto, how do you plan on roasting Dark and Light Coffee?
Well, I listen. Juan Valdez is now on vacation, so I guess we can flip a coin or something. You know, I don't know. We're not really going to roast them. We're going to let them discuss one another. It's kind of like more like we have two coffee coins, and the roasting thing just fit. So we're gonna let them explain to one another, and maybe they can figure a way that they could work together. Ultimately, some way, somehow. Collaboration, obviously, in the spaces, as you know, is key. It's big, and people are not always catching on to that type of that meta. But it's definitely something that it sounds like you guys are doing a lot of things very similar from what I was hearing over the last few days. One, you know, so we'll let them work through that as far as that's concerned, and let them see what they're doing amongst each other, and they can have that conversation back and forth. Because from my understanding, you guys have already tried to have that conversation, but you were cut off. One soul, Pat, didn't you say that?
Yeah, actually, about I'm going to say about a month ago, there was a live space with Space Cats Coffee Coin and who was it? Papa Stonks. So Papa Stonks was hosting a space on Twitter. They had the Space Cats Coffee Coin on it. I tried to hop up and talk, wanted to sort of connect, and Papa DM'd me privately and said, "Hey, not going to have you up on this space right now. They came up for this space. I'll connect you guys. We'll have a chat and let it go from there." The conversation never went anywhere. It was what it was. So I'm actually glad that you connected us right now, because Space Cat actually came up in one of our coffee coin spaces a couple, what was that, last week or 2 weeks ago. So it's nice to connect with anybody who is a coffee lover, because I will say, like, Space Cat being a first responder, myself, I've got 20 years of military background, was a volunteer firefighter as well. So we all understand the caffeine drive that runs in this space, that runs in the overall society at this point. So it's nice to finally actually chat with somebody in that community, and maybe we can see how we all connect together. It's overall good for the space.
So I have one question. Does this mean you guys are like crypto cousins, both firemen? You know,
Military too.
what do you think about that, Aki? I mean, that I can't roast these guys. They got similar backgrounds, even. For crying out loud.
I can't tell. He's got his hat on. Is he got full head of hair like me?
Here we go again. Somebody else.
He's got one up on me already.
It's like a full married background here. Yeah, man. I think it's great. I guess, is that the reasons why CoffeeCoin came about, in terms of that backbone running through service, through a job?
So I'll chime in on this one, and maybe Space Cat has similar or different opinions. For me personally, I've been in crypto since 2017. I've been a huge fan of what decentralization means for financial systems. So that's what got me into crypto to begin with. Overall, I got into meme coins last October. It was fun. I traded. I had some, great times, met some awesome people. And I guess April 21st, 2025, I came across the CoffeeCoin dev, we clicked. The overall atmosphere of what he was trying to create is what hooked me in. We were discussing the plans. He wanted a coffee community in crypto. There was a lack at the point, or at that time, for a crypto coffee community. So already that had my attention. And then we sort of brainstormed. We discussed ideas for the crypto rewards program. That's what got us on board with getting, the coffee shops on board, getting what we could in terms of Web 2 to Web 3, who was interested in it. So we brought those people on board. We have those 3 coffee shops on board. That's what garnered our interest. And then as we grew, as we sort of scaled out, if you will, not saying this coffee coin, not saying Space Cat's coffee coin was one of them, but there were other coffee coins. There were other coffee coins that showed up after us that were trying to sort of emulate the same idea. And it was one of those things where we were like, okay, we may have something here. We have something that, the overall crypto space is looking for problems that they can solve. And the problem we were solving was traditional coffee rewards systems don't appeal to the everyday coffee drinker as much as, major chains think they do, right? Everybody who goes to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons, I'm a Canadian if my accent didn't give it away, all those coffee chains, the major chains, were appealing to, hey, buy 10 coffees, get one free through our app. So we were like, well, what if we made an app that can overall appeal to the crypto environment and then scale that out to the everyday consumer? And that's what we've been working on. We have the app. The app is there. It's already in the beta testing phase. It's going live on Google Play Store very shortly, purely because the only reason we haven't released it yet is because we wanted to make sure it was flawless. We wanted to put that effort into it. We wanted to have it where if you were to set up a CoffeeCoin app account, you have the ability to do that with pure security. It's not tied to your wallet. It doesn't scare people away, but they can do it with an email and a password. And what does everybody who signs up on Starbucks Stars Rewards, who signs up on, Dunkin' Rewards, they'll put in their entire personal information. They are willing to give that away to corporate America, to corporate Canada, whatever nation you live in, they will hand that out. And we were like, well, let's take that into mom and pop shops. Let's give that to the mom and pop shops who are trying to find their loyal customer base and find a way to reward them, but make it something that is inflationary. Make it something that you can buy your coffee every day that you're going to buy it anyways, and you're going to get rewarded for it. That's how we looked at it overall, and that's what we're trying to scale out. I know CoffeeCoin Lite has sort of advertised a similar concept. I'm not sure if that's exactly what they were trying to promote, and that's why I was more than willing to hop in on this space, chat with Space Cat, chat with Cats of Crypto. As soon as you chimed in the Turbo's Telegram chat, I was like, yeah, let's go. I'll hop in because I want to have this discussion. It's worth it to have this discussion because the only way crypto is going to advance is if people have the overall concept of, hey, we're on the same page. Let's fucking make this work. How can we do it? By agreeing that there is a problem that needs to be solved, and we're going to solve it together.
Okay, I'll say something on top of that. I'm surprised though that hasn't been a coffee coin sooner. I was surprised. It seems funny that it all happened around the same time. They were, of course, a few months ahead of us, which we didn't even know about them when we, from what I understand, when they put on pump fund and bonded, and they went pump fund too. But I believe he's right in a lot of situations. There's a situation there; it's needed in the industry. Is a problem. This could fix it, but that's what crypto is all about. There's a problem with banking and with fees and taxes and everything else, and crypto is here to fix that, and that's what we're trying to do with CoffeeCoin and that CoffeeCoin industry. We hope to become the Bitcoin of the coffee industry. It'd be nice. It's the second most traded commodity in the world. $100 billion plus industry. There's 2.25 copies poured every day. I mean, it just makes sense to go this route. I know that CoffeeCoin Labs is doing something a little different than us. We're not doing the reward system. That's nice. I like that. We're just trying to be the currency for the industry, so that not just you can go to the mom and pop stores, you can go to your favorite maybe grocery store and buy coffee, but anything. If you can use CoffeeCoin as currency, it's great. But we also want to be that person that helps importers and exporters. When they order their coffee, they sell their coffee, they got to go through from one country to another, changing currency. They got to pay a middleman. They've got to pay taxes. They got to pay fees. This price goes up and up and up. If we can be the person who causes it so that they can cut all those people out and just transfer a CoffeeCoin from one country to another, boom, ship the order, done. That's a great way to, that's what crypto is all about. That's what we want crypto for. We want that to make things cheaper. Price will come down. Crypto can make a lot of things in the world a lot cheaper. A lot of people won't be happy. The banks won't be happy. The middlemen won't be happy. They're going to fight this, but eventually, I believe crypto will win. It's the way of the future, and it's only a matter of time. And I like like I said, I like the other CoffeeCoin. I like what they're doing, and who knows? Crypto is a big area space. There's room for 2 CoffeeCoins. I'm sure there is. And down the road, like you said, hey, we could join forces very easily. That could have happened.
Yeah.
There's a finish line. There's a finish line. We both see a finish line. We're both running towards it. Someone's going to get to the finish line first. It only makes sense. And when they do, hey, I hope the other CoffeeCoin, maybe it's me, maybe it's them, but hopefully we're there also. And we can say, hey, welcome, good luck, and we're here to help you. And so it's,
Yeah, and I see that both of you have different approaches on how you want to present your project to the world. And you have to think about it that way too. It's the globe. It's not just the United States or Canada, it's the globe. So the market share is so much larger than what you think it is. And you could potentially have the opportunity to pair, maybe create relationships that haven't been so easy to put together. The retailer with the grower, or the grower with, the brand, the end brand name, like Folgers. You may be able to bridge certain problems that the grower has to the brand. And this is thinking much, much larger, and maybe a long-term vision. But, each of you are approaching this differently. You have One Soul Pat CoffeeCoin approaching things on a granular level in terms of connecting with those business owners. And yet you are talking also about Space Cat, about connecting, as a currency, being able to flow through permissionless, borderless in terms of the industry. So, one ultimately integrates the other because they're both layers. And it's refreshing to see 2 different perspectives on such a large industry. There's so much potential there. Of course, competition is great, but I think because you two are approaching it differently, it will ultimately take you to one another. But in the younger years, 5-10 years, you are doing things differently, and I think that I'm looking forward to see what those results are.
And one of the bigger things, actually, I will point out, that's evidently anybody who pays attention to this space would be super apparent, is whether it's our CoffeeCoin, Space Cat's CoffeeCoin, an Ethereum-based coffee coin, whatever chain CoffeeCoin wants to run off of. We've talked about this. We've spoken as a team. We've spoken in many live spaces. I have no problem hopping up on spaces talking about what we're working on. If you want to have a coffee loyalty rewards program, if you want to have a coffee payment token rewards program, you need more than one. Whether it's on Solana, whether it's one Solana, one Ethereum, one base, whatever platform blockchain it wants to run on, you have to have it, because right now, sure, we're sitting at 95K ish. They're sitting at 13, 20, whatever market cap. The market cap is irrelevant. What is relevant is the supply available. If we want to make a coffee rewards token that is available to the world, you have 2.25 billion cups of coffee drank per day. Imagine how much supply of a crypto-based coffee rewards token, a crypto-based payment token you need available to the world. You can't do it with a pump fund token that has a billion supply, and the founder has 6%, the team has 20%, whatever you want to break that down into. You actually need supply available to the customer, to the buyer. That's the biggest thing that, like, we've spoken about it. We need a cross chain eventually. Are we ready for that tomorrow? No, absolutely not. We can't be, we can't just release CoffeeCoin V2 on ETH, CoffeeCoin V3 on Base. We can't do that tomorrow because we're not there yet. They can't, we can't. We're not there yet. But overall, it will be an eventual reality that doesn't matter what chain we're on. So if our CoffeeCoin and their CoffeeCoin can work together and be one and the same, offering the same benefits, and now, hey, you've got 2 times the CoffeeCoin rewards benefit on Solana. Okay, cool. That just opened up the market to what we can sort of make available to our market, to our creators, to our customers. As long as it's aligned, that's what the industry is looking for, is everybody looking to benefit the overall market.
Well, you know what's crazy? You got 2 of you guys going in there at the same time, and that could be a very simple solution in a sense. As far as you have 2 coffee coins, just make a liquidity pair, pool them together, because if one of you guys goes up, the other goes up with it. It works the same way. It's like gravity, up, down, right? And then then your work. That's the first step of collaboration. If you guys wanted to do that, and Aki knew I was going to say something about that because I've said it 1,000 times. But I want to ask our friend from KarenOnChain, what's your take on these guys here, real quick? Because we've got 2 of them here, and you're kind of be my impartial judge. And Aki asked me how I was going to roast these guys, but I just want to see what your thought is. We've got 2 of them, the same thing. Who knew? They're not like copycat tokens. They're doing the same thing. Hell, they almost look alike, for crying out loud.
We're both Canadians.
I know. Is Karen frozen? Yeah, he's frozen. He keeps free. That's all right. It's all right. What's this? I got messages coming in at the same time. Oh, anyway, Aki, Karen OnChain. Are you good now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, sorry. No, I was a little bit intrigued.
Go ahead.
Because
this is not Xing, by the way. This is his connection.
Yeah. Well, I'll say I'm very intrigued how both coffee coins like right now, talking to Pat, both Canadians, we have both Canadian roots, both first responder roots, military roots. It's just we both click the same way. That's pretty funny. So
Yeah.
we both think the same way, and I think he's right. The guy said it earlier. I said there's room for two. There's always maybe room for more. Who knows? But the more you have, the more coins you're going to have. Obviously, it's a very, very big industry. You couldn't start off with 1 trillion tokens. It doesn't work. You had to start off with something smaller. That's the only way you can flourish and get stronger. So same thing down the road. That may have to be decided how to make enough to have work with the industry. It could be that you make fractions. Like Bitcoin. One copy coin, you just buy half a copy coin. I don't know, but there's probably ways to do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. By doing this, I'm trying to find his too. There it is. CoffeeCoin Labs. All right, I'm going to find the CA real quick. I see a benefit in that collaboration is what I'm seeing, and I don't know what else to say. There's a good possibility something could work out between with you guys, and I think that would be wonderful if you could do that. As I'm checking out their website right now, and I'm trying to find a CA, but I'm not finding a CA anywhere, nowhere at all. And this is the part where I pick a little bit. As I go in here, drop CoffeeCoin Labs, I go scrolling down the page. Scrolling, and I'm still not seeing a CA anywhere as I scroll down the X page.
Right.
And
I had the same incidents, and I think if I can chime in, Cats of Crypto, that's something that could be helpful in the future to locate the contract. Once you kind of handle your Twitter account situation, handle the contract as to where it's obvious and out in the open, because that's really important. The website's beautiful. We just need a contract someplace that's easy accessible.
yeah. I mean, I can't. So if I was going to bring up the CA, I can't bring up the CA for our friend Pat here with CoffeeCoin Labs. To be clear about it, because that's what they're using. The full name is CoffeeCoin Labs. So there's the difference. Right there out of the gate as I go scrolling. I think I'm back to September. I see a lot of the same stuff, which is cool. I like a lot of that. I want to make this coffee cup talk right here. Let me show you. I want to make this coffee cup talk, and if I want to make it talk, it's really not that hard to do. Look, this little guy right here. I want to make him talk. He says, "Come, drink me," right? Coffee is belief, and belief brews revolutions. I can make him say that, and that's the fun part.
So, Cats, can I hop in on 2 points there? So, for starters, when you go to our website, the initial, like, as you scroll down, the bottom, you'll see get, hashtag coffee coin.
I got you. Yeah, but see,
that will take you. Yeah, that will take you to our overall contract address on Dex Screener. We've focused on the Dex Screener because we know about a good 80% of crypto people will focus on that. But the second point that I want to sort of emphasize on is, so you saw the little character talking about getting coffee coin. That's Brewbie. So Brewbie, we've actually trademarked. We spent the money. It cost us a fucking good pretty penny. We spent the money to trademark Brewbie. We spent the money to register CoffeeCoin Labs as an LLC.
Yeah.
The reason we went with CoffeeCoin Labs as our LLC is purely off the fact that CoffeeCoin, just the name CoffeeCoin, has already been registered as a business, not through a coffee crypto rewards token. It's actually a coffee device. So I don't know how many people here will use a a Keurig, right? A Keurig where you use the K cups and you make your morning coffee. You put the little K cup, you put the pod into the Keurig machine. You press down, it makes your coffee. Coffee coin. It's not even the word coffee coin. It's actually coffee coiner. So there's a company out of Europe. I think they're Poland based, if I'm not mistaken. They actually they have a device that you basically press and it crushes your coffee K cup, your Keurig K cup, and makes it into a flat little coin. And it's like a recycling device, and it's revolutionary. It's a great device to overall, you know, revolutionize the coffee industry. Awesome device. They called it the coffee coin device. So they actually trademarked the name coffee coin. They took it, they trademarked it. Good for them. That's awesome. So we knew coffee coin was not a trademarkable name. So that's why we went with Coffee Coin Labs, and that was our trademark name. That's what we trademarked. We then trademarked Brewbee, who is our mascot. These are all things that we paid for as a company that, like I said, we are registered as an LLC in the United States. We are CoinGecko listed. We spent the money to do these things because we knew it was worth our effort. We knew it was worth our time to register Coffee Coin Labs as an overall company in the US and abroad to basically come into the industry and basically have that overall grasp on it. So
Right.
when we saw Space Cat, and I'm not saying it's your coffee coin, but when we saw that coffee coin come to launch and come to fruition, we were like, okay, cool. Let's discuss it with them. And we tried to. We tried to reach out. Like I said, you were just in the space with me there on Turbo's, Finecoin's space, where I said, hey, I hopped in the space with Papa Stonks. Coffee Coin, the other coffee coin, the light roast, if you will, was in that space. And I said, hey, let us hop up. Let us come and talk with that coffee coin. And he wrote me back and said, I'll bring you back next week. He was trying to avoid animosity, and that's fine. I respect that 100%. But overall, their premise of having, their coffee coin logo is Dunkin' Donuts colors. They were trying to, it was the similar concept of a rewards token, a payment token. You can buy your coffee with coffee coin. We're all in the same space. We're all on the same page of trying to bring it. And the biggest thing where our founder, Sean, so Sean is our founder. He's New York City based. He's been very open, adamant. He's doxed. He's come into many spaces and talked about who he is. One of the biggest things he has said since fucking day one is, I am trying to create a coffee crypto token because there was a gap in the market. And at the time when we created Coffee Coin, there was a gap. There was no other coffee coin token. There was COFEE crypto. There was COFFE. There was a bunch of fucking, jeets trying to create a fucking random coffee token, but it never actually held ground. They were pump and dumps. They took off and then dumped. It was the overall typical pump fund experience. And one of the biggest things that sold me on working with this team, right? I've been in crypto since 2017. I've been doing fucking I've made a good fucking fortune off of what I've done in crypto. And last year I got into meme coins through Pump Fund. I hopped in, I spent my time trading. I learned some hard lessons. I lost $50 here, $300 there, and then I made 12 grand here, and I lost 4 grand there. It was an up and down fucking ride. But overall, what I learned from that was, okay, I've spent the last 20 fucking years of my life doing what I've been doing within my normie job, if you will, and I can spend sort of the same amount of time within the crypto space working for that. And I built a faster reputation through Twitter. I built a faster reputation through the crypto space that overall was more valuable, more worth my time to put into than everything I've done since I fucking left high school 20 years ago. That's worth it to me. That was worth it to me to put that effort and time into, to build into. And that's why for the last 5 months, that's all I focus on. You can scroll through my timeline on my X page, on the One Soul Pat Twitter page. That's all I have focused on is CoffeeCoin. Have I traded other tokens? 1 or 2, 3, maybe. Sure. I made some profits. Did I post about it? No, because it wasn't my main focus. It wasn't worth my time because they were, you could tell, we all know, you can look at a token and go, that's a fucking pump and dump. If you've been in the space for a while, you can tell what's a pump and dump. It fucking triggers immediately. That's not worth my time. But no matter what, the next fucking night, I can hop into a chat on Telegram, a live space on Twitter. It doesn't matter, with our founder, with the other teammates we have. And it's like, yeah, okay, this is why I'm here. This is what I want to work on.
Well, and here's the thing, and I know Aki may be having problems if he is. I responded.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
We all spend a lot of time doing this, so I'm not taking anything away from you. I understand where you're coming from. Space Cat spent some time at the beginning as well. KarenOnChain has definitely been spending a lot of time in base spaces, for sure. And Aki, in the last couple of years, I know you've spent plenty of hours, and I know I have too. Joker, who is taking care of business right now at home, he spent plenty of hours. A lot of us have. So it is. Do we trade other things? No, not particularly. But I can relate to you. I really. And so for us, it sounds like this is something you both are going to be going forward with pretty good and rock solid. So Aki, you got anything to elaborate on that for me? Because we're waiting on our Joker to come back and find his Batman.
Hey man, I'm happy to be a backup and co-host here. And no, man, I'm enjoying the conversation, man. I love to hear what people think in terms of their projects, in terms of their perception of their environments, especially when it comes to crypto and the impact on them and the impact they have on the environment. So yeah, man, I'm just listening, sucking in the information, and I hope and I definitely know that all these projects here are going to be successful, man. It's such a small space, man.
It is.
There's so much that can be built, and there's so many people out there. We may think that we're discovering new people in this bubble of Twitter, but we're such a small amount of people, man. We're so early. It's so easy to just create your own environment, your own opportunities out here. And yeah, both of these companies could be hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars. They come together and they can coordinate and kind of cover a larger portion of the global map. It'll be absolutely wonderful. There could be so many different partnerships out here. And I think that, the world is open to us as pioneers because that's what we are. and you continue to innovate, man. Nobody's wrong right now because there's so much opportunity out there.
Now I'll try Karen one more time and what his take is on this coffee coin thing, because hopefully his mic's working, because I want to hear what your thought is. Nothing.
Oh, damn, Karen. I know how you feel, man. Man, I understand how you're feeling.
I really want Karen to talk, but I think AI is taking over. That's actually what the project Karen on Chain is about, is, and so I'm kind of waiting to see what happens. You got your mic muted, it says here.
Yeah,
I heard something.
that was probably me. Oh, there.
There you go. You're on.
Oh,
What do you think about the coffee coins?
I was fine until you asked me to speak last time, and then everything froze up. Yeah, I'm actually intrigued because I'm sitting here in my coffee shop that I've owned for 10 years. So this is kind of fun. We're just a coffee group tonight.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, the rewards. These guys are. I mean, give me your take on this. I mean, seriously, I'm going to you just as much as I'm going to Aki, and Aki is a co-host here, but he usually asks questions after Joker does, but he's the main guy tonight. But please, Karen on Chain, please elaborate before I run my wind bag too long.
Well, I mean, real world, there's a lot of. I mean, you're not going to have the corner market on coffee, right? Even if you have a coffee shop, you got a Circle K down the street that's selling cheaper, so you better be offering something that they don't have. I think you guys have unique perspectives, and just like oil, you're not going to be the only oil company in the world. You're not going to be the only crypto company in the world. As long as you guys have unique perspectives and can offer something of value to people, I don't see a problem as far as like, hey, there's two of us on Soul. Come on. How many dog coins are there? It's about the uniqueness of it and what you have that's unique and that people desire and want to grab onto, right? Just
Hey,
my
Karen on Chain, I want to ask you a question. Sorry, Cats of Crypto. But do you ever see the coffee audience ever going away?
never. No.
Exactly. That's why it's such a great project that they have here, is because it's such an avid, dedicated group of people. I mean, you have people that go out there and get coffee every single day. As a coffee owner, you have your regulars. I mean, how large of a population do you have of people that regularly come into your coffee shop?
No, I live in a town that's about 10,000 people. So, um, I mean, we've got a major highway next to us, so we get people. I'm in Southern California, so we get people from like Palm Springs that drive through and stuff. So we depend about half on regulars and then half on people that are transitioning through. But everybody, I mean, they see a coffee sign and they're driving, they're going to pull over and get some. Um, but yeah, the coffee market's never going away. I don't care if they outlaw it or ban it. You're still going to have a black market for coffee. So,
Right. Yeah. And that's great, man. Once you get a user of CoffeeCoin, they could be for life, man, because it's tied to a product that they use every day religiously, or just to get them up to wake, or it's part of their routine. So it's a great industry to be involved in. So there's so much opportunity if I can kind of capitalize off what Karen says in terms of his experience in real life with a coffee shop. So yeah, man, you guys are headed towards success as long as you continue to push on your two different perspectives, and ultimately you're going to cross into the other person's perspective, because that's just the way it is. This is a global market now.
I'd say one thing about collaborations is if you guys are gonna somehow work together, then if you have ideas for how to help each other, it's just as important to identify, I think, areas that are unique to yourselves, right? Like, um, if it if I start a special and then the coffee shop down the street starts the same special, that breeds bad feelings, right? I understand that they're in business and they're going to compete against me, but when you're like copying stuff, that's uncool. I think probably you both have experienced that with these shit coins that launch and are pumping dumps and stuff, right? That they're like trying to copy the imaging and all that kind of stuff, and that's what breed the bad feelings. You don't exactly like those people or want to work with them. So I'm sure you guys know that already. You both look smart.
Yeah, I follow.
No,
I follow them.
I no.
We're doubling over, guys. We're doubling over.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Aki. You picked who goes first.
Okay, let's go with Space Cat.
Oh,
Wait a minute, I just jumped back in. I was in the kitchen, man, and I came back. So I just tossed up the names. What was I picking for, actually?
You just picked because they were talking over one another.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that was a completely random choice. So yeah, Space Cat, go ahead.
okay. No, I'm going to say that I follow CoffeeCoin Labs. I'm in their chat. I don't really say anything though because I don't know if they want me to. But I'm always for supporting anybody, any cryptocurrency or any crypto project. We're right now helping a bunch of them. We partnered with a few other cryptocurrencies that are or crypto projects, what I should say, that are trying to get along and get better, and we're trying to help them. They're trying to help us too. We talk to each other. We're in each other's chats. We promote each other. There's a few of us doing that, and I think that's what we should do in crypto. Crypto it shouldn't be when crypto first started. It was a me only thing. It was just I'm the best. I don't want to talk to anybody else. But that's not the way it should be. Crypto right now should be if you're a good company or if you're a good project, and there's another one, and you want to help them out, because we all get better by helping each other. And crypto's only going to be adopted if we don't fight amongst each other. And I don't like fighting, and I don't think that it should. So I think it is going that way now. I think crypto is turning out to be a lot better situation than it was a few years ago, when everybody kept quiet and it was me, and that was it. But and getting back to something I saw, Kat, so you were looking at the websites. We have a little problem with our website, as you noticed. Sometimes it's there, sometimes things are blank. We aren't sure what's going on with that. We're trying to contact the guy that worked on it with us, but he hasn't got back to us yet.
It could be in the hosting, it could be in the code, it could be a lot of different things. It could be the browser, and it wasn't. There's a bunch of stuff. I understand.
Sometimes you get in it, it's beautiful. It all comes up. It's got all these memes. They look really neat. In the manifestos there, everything's there. But I was hoping it was working for today, but obviously it wasn't. And also another thing, getting back to what Pat was saying about the getting together with Papa Stonks. Yeah, that happened just a few days or a week after we bonded, and then that's when we found out about the other coin, and actually it was Papa Stonks that said, "Hey, maybe you guys should get together. I'll see if I can get you guys together." But nothing ever happened. Probably because there was both sides probably had a little bit of hey, we don't want to do that right now because we're trying to do something, and we're young. We're trying to do something too, so it wasn't the right time to talk. But I'm sure that time will come eventually. I look forward to it. So,
Pat, what do you got? You were going to say something because you know it's your turn. I'm going to you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. The biggest thing I wanted to chime in with was overall, yes. If Space Cat's Coffee Coin is looking at the overall, I guess healthiness of the crypto space. If that's your focus and that's our focus, because that has been our focus since day one, and if that's your focus, absolutely, we need to partner. We need to both work together to get the overall Coffee Coin, narrative together. It has to be a thing, because that's the only way we will grow together. It's the only way, and to grow that together is not me telling everybody in my community don't buy coffee _ coin and vice versa for you guys. It's not going to work. It will not grow the space. The best example I can use is this space right now. Cats of Crypto, you and me had a discussion in the Turbo BSC Telegram chat. When I told you our Telegram got hacked, what was your first response? I want you to tell me.
Oh my God! Do I get the right one? Did I get the right information? Did Joker screw me up? What the hell happened here? Is it Joker's fault? My fault? Who did what? And I was in shock. I was frustrated because I didn't know what to do. I do have one thing for you, Pat. One thing. Do you guys plan on going to Radium and building a pool? Because right now you're only through that pump swap, which makes it very difficult for people to go out and trade across Radium for you guys.
No, so
if you need help with that, I'm more than willing to. I know how to do it.
I'll say this much, Kat. We have our current pump swap, we have a Radium, and we have a Grovex centralized exchange. We have 3 current pools running.
Okay.
So right now, we are not just locked into pump swap. We have 3 current pools running.
It wasn't showing up the first time because when I use this bird eye, right, that shows me it looks like you had the original pump swap. Okay, here, let me show you guys so that everybody knows we're on the same page. And I'm gonna get Joker up to speed at the same time so he knows where we're at on this thing, because there's a similarities, Joker, between these guys are very, very similar. It was like they were crypto cousins or something. But you could see right here, it shows the original pump swap before the bonding, post bonding, and then you have Cricket Coin, which I know who Cricket Coin is, but Cricket's been gone. I think that's the same one. Cricket Coin is MIA, I do believe. But then you've got that one.
Hold on. Let me clarify Cricket Coin. So Cricket Coin was actually Pleasure, who just chimed in.
I know who he is. He's the gentleman in New York City, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to have a Cricket Coin. I know the guy. That's what I'm saying. Where'd he go? But now I know where he went. Thank you for clarifying that. So
yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we've talked. So let's put it this way. When it came to pools, me and him had a conversation a while back about how to do this. So he has literally got you set up. So I don't have to help you with anything. He knows exactly what he's doing. And I'm the horrible teacher that may have taught him. So again, indirectly, I have my hands in more crypto projects than I care to count. But and this looks great as far as that's concerned. I wish the Cricket Coin would have been around a little bit longer though, because I was really starting to get into the sport. Just saying, I don't know if he's still there or not, but yeah, he's a great guy. But yeah, that you got this going on here. I'm not saying the chart's horribly bad. It's kind of quiet, but it's quiet for me too. I've noticed that. When I jump back over here to our friend here, Space Cat, they've had something a little while ago, but it's quiet for them as well. So it's the market. They're waiting on something to happen here coming this week.
I'll tell you what the market is at the moment. It's at the BSC market.
Yeah, that's only one thing, and it's not necessarily true. These guys are trying to scare one another with the shutdowns, and the shutdowns aren't happening. So, Joker, let me give you a little rundown here between the two gentlemen from the 2 coffee coins. They're both either current or former firemen. Okay, all right, and they're both former Canadian military. Okay.
So that's why it's so similar.
Well, you could say that, and one's got beautiful locks of hair, and one had.
Listen, we're both
about it.
Fucking
Pat for a while now, and we've been hearing about Pat, and then suddenly you came up with this idea. I found another coffee coin project, and I'm like, wait, there's only one coffee coin that we know, which is what Pat runs. So I'm thinking, who's who?
Well, I'm going to hand it back to you so you can ask them some questions, because I'm going to get up, take care of some business, and Aki can do what Aki does best. He's been great helping out tonight while you've been running around. So you do you, and don't forget KarenOnChain here, because you know what? He's been chiming in on some of the stuff that these guys are doing as well, and he actually owns a coffee shop.
Yes, he does. Let's put it in work. Let's go.
All right, gentlemen. Absolutely. Now, look, I am absolutely apologetic in regards to my little venture. I had to drop my daughter off, but now that we're here, we've heard from the Pat, and we've heard from the other coffee coin. look, I don't know which way to go here first, but with that being said, Pat, I'm going to go with you first before Space Cat. Was that right? Or yeah, all right. So, Pat, 3 questions as always before the towards the end of the shield on each project. Obviously, first question for you, mate. What was the inspiration in regards to building prior to this, where you are right now?
So my initial inspiration was hopping into Pump Fun, into the overall trading space that we all face. Like, nobody who's not a fucking KOL and has experience or money, or they bought dog with hat in this space can sit here and say, oh, I made it with crypto. And I made a decent enough amount with crypto to a point where I was like, okay, this is fun, this is great, but what if crypto was the future? That was my overall inspiration, where I was like, enough of this. Enough of crypto is just a speculative space. What if we made crypto the next big thing? So that's what garnered me to say, hey, CoffeeCoin is a thing. I bought into it. I'll straight up be honest with anybody in this space. I bought into CoffeeCoin because I saw it. Titcoin, Housecoin, all those metas were flying at the same time. Hold on. I bought into it because I was like, shit. Yeah, sorry. But I bought into it because I was like, there is so much opportunity. There's so much opportunity to make something out of this. I spoke it out to Sean. Sean is our founder. Sean Jablon. He's been straightforward and honest. He knows who he is. He said who he is.
Yeah.
So I hopped into that, and then we grew it out. We kept scaling it up. He was more than willing to spend money. He was more than willing to ask his family. Look, I've gotten 4 of my friends at work to buy into CoffeeCoin purely because of what we are building. I looked at them and I was like, hey, here's our concept. You buy coffee, you get rewarded in crypto. And they were like, oh shit, that makes sense. They threw $200. I had one friend throw $2,000. Everybody that I spoke to, it made sense. They made sense of what I was pitching to them. And then everybody that we had in our community did the same thing. Look at, I don't know if he's in the space right now, King's Construction. King's Construction was one of our avid community members. He paid for Dex boosts. He was throwing money at all the concepts that everybody thought was traditional pump fund crypto. But what his mindset was this makes sense. So much so that he went and got tattoos. He went and got tattooed with fucking CoffeeCoin. He had our original logo, and it's on his Facebook or his Twitter page. Like, these were the things that I was like, okay, this is worth my time. This is worth my effort. So overall, what I look at with CoffeeCoin is how much time and effort can I put into this to leave my job and do this full time for my community. I don't want to fucking, I'm not asking anybody in this space to buy CoffeeCoin tomorrow and retire me so I can sit on my fucking ass driving a Lamborghini. That's not what I want. I want people to buy CoffeeCoin so I can fucking go to the next coffee shop. So I can walk into a coffee shop and say, hey, you should be offering CoffeeCoin. And then I want to walk into the next.
Bro.
Right?
With that, no, I totally get where you're coming from with that inspiration. The second question I'd like to put out there as well is that for all our listeners as well, is that will there be a utility coming out for CoffeeCoin?
Absolutely. So we have an app.
Yeah.
We currently, if anybody goes to our deck screener, I highly
You
advise
gotta
staying
go
away
straight
from it.
follow to the deck screener, guys. Come on.
No. I say deck screener, deck tools, whatever,
Yeah.
only because our X page is currently compromised. I will 100% admit that. Our X page was compromised. It has been hacked. We're trying to fight with X
Were you
support on
the
that.
original owner of the account, or someone else was the original owner of the X account? Because we have met many devs in the past where they've had a team member as well and owned the X account and then had a fallout, and then that's what normally happens, is that they shut down the X account and so on. What was that in that side of things, or?
This is
So
what he was,
no,
this is what you were talking about the airdrop the other day, where they were talking about drop. Yeah, right here, where they keep trying to do the same thing over and over again to hustle people. So that's what you're talking about. Copper.
Yeah, it's exactly what you're showing right now on the screen. That is our X account compromised by the founder.
Wow.
The founder, his name is Sean. He's been in numerous spaces. He's still active. He just wrote me. He just wrote me 5 minutes ago. But the overall factor is the X account got compromised. We're trying to work with X support. They're not. Oh shit! This fucking pisses me off
I know
because
how you feel, bro. It is so frustrating because you know what? It happened to so many good people out there, good community leaders, leads as well as projects, and get compromised like that. And unfortunately, once you lose it and you can't get it back, and it's just so sad because we've seen even Source Saver lost his account. Like that's we know how big he is, and still managed to lose his account and compromise. So, look, mate, all I can say is that I wish you luck if you get your X account. That is just one of the things that happen, unfortunately, in the Web3, right? But with that being said, last questions, mate. What is your advice for all the new listeners out there who's trying to build a small business just like yourself?
the biggest thing I will say is I don't want to say consistency is key because we all hear it. We all see it on X. But if you show up every day, if you go out of your way, that's the biggest thing. People want to talk about consistency. It's not about consistency so much. It's about going out of your way. Because let's be real. We all have jobs. Well, not we all have jobs. But most of the people in this space have an everyday job. And we're all trying to make it. We all want to hit that 10x, 100x. We all want that overall, hey, I don't have to go to my job tomorrow morning because I bought into the right project. I bought into what will overall set me up for my future. Everybody's looking for that. But you won't find it if you spend the next 3 days not caring, if you shut down. So my biggest piece of advice is look for communities, look for the people who show up every single day, even if it's just a good morning post, even if it's just here's my fridge post, whatever it is. You've got to turn to those people to help you grow, to help you advance in life. It might take 6 months, it might take a year, but it's worth your time and effort versus doing nothing. That's my advice.
No, I appreciate that, brother, and I really, really do. Appreciate you also for joining our live stream, and I hope all our listeners, and which I'm sure there'll be a few people will be tuning in later on as well as making some comments, I'm sure. Mate, appreciate you once again, and I'm truly apologize for my time cut so short and whatnot, and not being here actively. With that being said, I will go straight to Space Cat. Mate, good afternoon, good morning to you straight from Australia. My apologies, and I know KarenOnChain, mate. I'm gonna get to you soon, very, very soon, like in the next 5 minutes, mate. I'm just gonna go straight to Space Cat with all these questions, right?
You know what? You know what, Joker?
Go ahead, Cats.
1 second. We're gonna do something here to give a space here and a little bit of space in between here, so this way we can knock this out, and then then we can appease the sponsor gods. So give me a second here. No news tonight. We'll skip the news. This video is brought to you by Jingle Mining, the supplier of the Jazz Miner. They also supply gold shell products, Canon products, as well as the solo miner Jingle Miner, which we've seen here on the channel, as well in the Ice Rivers. So if you're looking for larger ASICs as well as smaller ASICs, they also have mining hosting, as well as parts and other solid items for your crypto mining needs. So much easier to do it that way, fellas. So much easier. And Space Cat, he thought it was going to take forever. So then now he's running back. Run, Forrest, run!
I let the dog in. The dog was been up there for over an hour. I thought I better let him in.
All right, Joker, are you ready there? Or are you?
I got
away?
you, man. I got you.
Got it.
All right. Once again, mate, I appreciate you for taking the time for showing up on our live stream, and I'm pretty sure we have some huge listeners as well as paying attention into our stream here. I did have a few DMs from a very, very known source that they are paying attention in regards to, because I told them we're having a coffee bake-off. So I hope they're paying attention and listening in, and I hope that they'll find which is which. But all I'm going to say is that if they're going to be able to collab, why not buy a bag on each project, right? There you go. That's the best thing you can do is support, right? With that being said, mate, look, first question for our listeners, all right, inspiration-wise, what led you and how did it all come about?
Like I said, I was invited on one day into the bonding. I knew the team. They knew me. The team, it's a small team, but they're all in the food industry. So they're very busy. One is actually on a group that's developing a quantum computer, which is pretty neat. I talked to him quite a bit, and they're raising funds and getting that going. So, but like anything, time is really tough for a lot of people. So I'm doing all the talking, and I'm kind of the COO, I guess you'd call me. But yeah, I love coffee, and so when they asked me to come on, I thought, hey, that's what crypto needs. Crypto needs something like it's a real world asset that can really be used, and crypto can come and play a big part in it. So that got me into that.
Oh, nice. Now that's what majority of us always happens, right? You find projects that you have strong belief in, and as well as understanding where it's going, and not just that, but knowing the team. It also makes you feel like, want to be part of it, because you know where it's going and understand the concept of how it's being built. And that's part of actually a lot of us, it happens that way. You become part of the team, and then you just as a community member, and then you become part of the team later because you put in that time and effort. And not just that, but taking it on yourself actually to implement your knowledge and skill, right? Now that's really top notch there in how. But also, second question is that will there be a utility into the near future as well as an update?
I can see that. We're not there yet, obviously. I'm actually talking to somebody about how we can work NFTs into some way, not regular NFTs, the new ones that have a value. I think we call it INFTs or something like that. Yes. And they have a value that never goes down below 50% of the value you bought it at, and you can burn it and get tokens in place of it. So there's something there that we could do down the road. But like I said, we're not there yet. We're too young, too small. We've got to increase our market share. We've got to build our marketing fund up, which we hope to do with our merch store, which is really close to launching now. I've been talking to the merch guy. He showed me some stuff. I have to approve them. And then as soon as we do that, we'll have a merch available for people. But yeah, no, like I said, in an app, that's down the road too. It's a little early for that. It costs money, obviously, and you don't want to throw money away that you can use it somewhere else.
Exactly.
You might just be burning it. You don't want to burn it. You don't know what's going to happen down the road. We plan on being here for years to come. It's a long-term project. We tell that to everybody. You can go to sleep at night and not worry about us not being here the next morning.
That's exactly what we want to hear, right? Look, with the socials, everything is all up to date. I'm guessing, right? With the website, are you and the team gonna dox yourselves on the website, or is there?
Yeah, there's no problem. They're already docked. Everybody knows who they are. They're doxed in the field. But I was trying to contact the guy who made the website. He's still part of the group. I see him in the chat. He's but he's not active. So
yeah, that's another thing. I did mention that earlier as well to Pat, that there will be times. I mean, we even went through it, right? I think majority of the people that comes through here, especially the CTO communities or team, they go through those process. And like I said, it's unfortunate that what happened to them in regards to their X account. But yeah, no, fundamentally, you need to establish a solid foundation before you start, just like what you said there. And I think that's the best way to do it. And just take your time. Don't rush it, right?
That's right.
And if you have any any updates that you want to, obviously need any hand as well, don't afraid to reach out to us, because we are very connected with so many different devs in the industry over the years. Like we've been here, myself, this is my 5th year. So over that time, like I actually started on the NFT, my first 2 years in the industry. So I've learned many different traits in some sense, but ultimately what I've seen the difference was having a real organic community built in Web3 and build it organically from the ground up, and no hype, and just pure built, but with a real utility. And what we did as well. That's how we come up with the volume bot and trending bot that we've created for Turbo. And that is now, we started as a meme. Now we are a small business because we've got a utility that can create capital to put back into the ecosystem of Turbo. And majority of projects out here always seems to find some kind of a utility, but make a mistake in the end because they don't have that set team or foundation in some way where you can trust. So be aware, right? And these things happen. Right, and especially when you rely on people to do things for you, it takes them time to do it, or sometimes they try and sabotage if you don't pay them enough or things like that. But we can eliminate all this by reaching out to us, especially into our Turbo Lounge room. Everyone in there is doxed, and everyone is willing to help, who actually want to be here and just build organically with people such as yourself and Karen over here and myself, and obviously Cats and Aki. So yeah, keep continuing, brother. I love it, and I can't wait to see the growth, and just keep us up to date, obviously, right? That's what we encourage everyone. Last question: what's your biggest achievements in the crypto on the Web3 for our listeners out here?
Mine personally?
Yeah.
Or like, if I've been an investor for as long as I can remember, and then when I got into crypto, it was kind of natural. I've been into a lot of projects, and like anybody else, sometimes you've lost, sometimes you won. I like to think I've won more than I've lost, but I'm in a lot of long-term projects, and that's what I like. I try and dabble with that quick pump and get out, but I didn't like it. I don't feel comfortable with that. I like projects where I can, like ours, where you can. It's a long term. We don't want the people that want to pump and dump. We want a small growth, slow organic growth, which is what we got right now, which is what we like. The small green candles, very small red candles. We don't want great big giant green candles because that's always followed by a big red candle, and people get scared. We don't want that. So I think you got to look at long term. You got to look at slow, gentle climb, and you eventually get to where you're going to get. It might take a lot longer. You don't want to get there overnight because that just opens up a lot of trouble because people get out just as quick as they get in sometimes. So, but yeah, that's with me. I've never really been part of any team other than this one here. I've always been just an investor. But in a sense, I mean, on teams because a lot of projects have asked me to come on and sit and advise them, and I do that. So in a sense, but I don't speak for them, not like I do this one.
No, absolutely. Thank you for your honesty, mate. And this is exactly what we want our listeners to, take note as well, that every single personnel that come through here in our guest panels are real, true builders in the game on the Web3. And we want to make sure that we, want to promote that as well as being the, one of the forefront of guys that will actually put their hands up to help out communities who's just starting off and actually want to do the right thing for the Web3, because we know how bad it is out here. And it's unfortunate because a lot of us here don't think enough about our investors and don't have enough respect for our investors as well, because they're just here for quick gains. So we're very thankful to have you as well, coming in here and actually, showing your face as well as, and being transparent for our listeners as well. And I think that's all I've got, mate. But thank you again. Any last word?
I love Australia. Been there once, got to get back there. My favorite place there was Squeaky Beach. Loved it there.
Oh, mate, you've got to come back. Look, Australia is always going to be a beautiful one day, perfect the next.
Yeah. I haven't seen it play.
So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna go over here and do this, but I want to show you something, Joker, because our sponsor has done something for us, and I sent it over to him. And I love these guys. Our primary folks. They're sponsoring. They're the ones that when we get miners and we give away. But if you look right there, Jingle Mining. We just played the spot for them, and of course they right to their main page. I love this part right here, and of course Jingle Mining. It's kind of like me. They're kind of a small account, but they're supporting us 1,000-fold. They're supporting us 100%. So is that, and I also got to do the thing with Ellie Pal. And, as well because it's almost 11 o'clock. And, we try to keep it under 2 hours, and we're going to give this thing here.
We've got about 30-40 minutes. So.
I got to call it I got to call it a night, guys. Thanks.
Hey, Pat, no problem.
No,
anyways,
right, buddy, Pat.
So
appreciate
Ellie,
it.
let me talk about Ellie Pal real quick, because we got some more stuff going with Ellie Pal real fast. For those of you guys don't know, they are also, as I throw it across the bottom there, it's scrolling, and I can throw it in the chat. But the fact is that, I'll grab it real quick for you guys so that you guys have it. If you want it, you can go and get yourself an Ellie Pal. It's not a bad product. Okay, look, everybody says to talk about you're getting hacked. We've had a couple people the last couple weeks getting hacked. There was a big hack out there where the centralized exchanges got hacked, right? Ellie Pal. All these hardware wallets, no matter what, I understand there's always some way to get around something, and there is. But the fact is that we've given away the $128 wallet in the past, and we'll be giving away a couple more wallets here in the future. And they've got a couple different ones, but literally it's 12 billion protected, over 1 million users, over 10 million tokens. They have 7 years. They've got the Ellie Pal card, this is what we gave away last time, right? Of course, you got your seed phrase. Of course, you got to create the account. It literally is. You can do it now. They got just the card alone, where you can tap it to the back of the phone, and it does the whole NFC thing where you turn on NFC and it reads the cards, a little chip inside there. You can buy and sell within it. You have staking within it. You have D-apps. If you download the app that goes directly on your phone, you got asset list. I'm not going to go all over this, but this is what AliPal is doing. And this, we really like AliPal. There's a couple of them. If I'm going to go with one, and this is going to be this. And if you want an AliPal wallet, you want to come over and check it out. Literally, you can reach out to me. Or you can look in the description if you're on YouTube, and there's a link down there. Copy and paste the link in. And they're offering 9% off right now through the 27th, which is today. We give you 10% off. Use the Titan 10 code. The other one, of course, is I will show you that
down there.
Yeah, it's the code flashing across the Titan 10, guys. So we're going to go here and hit the end of my screen real quick.
All right.
And I got to do this next one, Joker, so we can get him going out of the way here.
Yeah.
And then we can get these guys going.
Well, before we go any further, type in our obviously winner draw for the evening. Hashtag on the Space Cats and CoffeeCoin as well, and also Karen.
If you put it in the comments,
we need to get everyone to start, following their accounts if they want to win something at the end of the show. Because guys, if you're not going to do the the prompts, then you're not gonna win. So you make sure you go ahead, Cats. I'll let you.
No, he's right. Listen, you guys, I will show you their pages. I'll show you the pages, and you can go out and find them in a bit. But what I'm going to do is knock this out of the way here. Crypto.com. We're the Crypto.com affiliate, guys. Look, there's the little link right there. It goes across the screen. But you see that code SG6S27DD9T, right? If you get that, enter in there, you earn a little money. We earn a little money so we can continue doing giveaways. How do you think I'm going to pay for these tokens tonight, folks? It isn't free money. We got to pay the bills so we can give stuff to you. Oh, man. So, look.
And believe me, guys, every company is watching this show. So
everyone. Well, they've got a DCA bot that you can set up here, right? Create a bot. And I've used the Bitcoin one. It literally has made me money. And I'm not a big crypto trader. I like to buy and hold when it comes to crypto. I go long, not short. But I've done the Bitcoin one. I've done the ETH one. I still haven't sold my ETH yet. And currently I'm running an Avalanche DCA bot. And Avalanche is predicted to go back to $100 by several people. And they've been talking about a ETF for that as well this year. So that kind of gives you a little idea what's going on. Multiple different tokens and coins out there. And pretty much that I'm going to sum it up there. I'm going to have to make a spot, Joker, so that we can talk about this a little bit more and I can go over this more. But the fact is that, guys, look, Crypto.com is a tier 1 exchange. We are affiliated with them. We are a partner with Jingle Mining, and we are definitely a partner and or affiliated with AliPal. So I want to get on to this. If you guys want to win something tonight, the only thing you're going to have to do is I'm going to do it this way. I'll type it in here for you guys. Okay. And this is all you're going to have to do. And
if you want to win.
If you want to win anything. If you don't want to.
Huge shout out to Deborah from crypto.com as well. If you're listening in, love. And a huge shout out to AliPal and all our other partners and companies in the back end, and also a huge shout out to our other connection in the Web3 with the Fine community, the Bonga community, and the Dream Cats, as well as all the rest of the family. And T-Deb, I know T-Deb, his fingers be bleeding right now, coding as always. Mate, huge success there. I know he's got something going on and cooking as well. I think we've got something for T-Dev later on towards the end of so have we already played that?
Oh, I could play that right now, as a matter of fact, speaking of which.
Okay, well, let's play that, and then I'm going to go straight to Karen's interview.
Yes. So here's something, guys. We are partnered with aquads.xyz. So we're going to go there, and get his spot in. This is pretty cool, actually.
Web3 is exploding with opportunity, but getting seen, getting hired, getting users, that's the hard part. Thousands of projects launch every month. Most fade into the noise. Freelancers chase dead leads. Users bounce between a dozen platforms. It's chaos. That's where Aquads.xyz comes in. A full-stack Web3 growth hub. Paid project listings with bubble ads. A freelancer hub to unlock warm leads. Real-time cross-chain swaps across 38 plus blockchains. A game hub that rewards users for engaging with your project. Even Twitter raids, blog exposure, and PR distribution, all under one roof. Listing starts at just $199 USDC. Freelancers keep what they earn, and affiliates earn up to 20% commission by simply sharing. This isn't just another tool, it's your new home base in Web3. Aquads.xyz. Discover, earn, grow.
On your head, what does it do for your hair?
Makes it like easier to style in the morning.
It does, styling hair in the morning. I heard someone talk about I heard styling hair in the morning.
Yeah,
that was great. So, anyways, guys, I know that our friend Pat from the CoffeeCoin Labs, or the Dark CoffeeCoin, if you will, all three of your projects are on Aquads through the swap already. Okay, so you're available if you direct people over there and you sign up. He uses 20%, like you said, and you guys can earn. Literally, you guys can earn. The best part about it is that anybody can swap you guys from any chain out of those 38 plus chains. So welcome to Web3, guys. You're golden, and it's phenomenal. You don't need a centralized exchange anymore if you've got Aquads.
Absolutely. And thank you for that, Cats. Again, a huge shout out to T-Dev for making it happen. Look, we couldn't I know what T-Dev is like, and he continued to produce. It's one of the best, I think, that's coming out in the last 6 to 8 months, and he's constantly producing amazing product into his platform, and we're lucky actually to be able to get partnership with him and collab in the early days, because to get listed it was actually free in the first 6 months, and now it's obviously, because it costs money to put those things up, and you will get live stream daily, as well as many different features that it will give eyes to your project, basically, right? And that's what we're trying to also keep implementing to everyone. So again, T-Deb, shout out to you, mate, if you're listening. I know he is somewhere out there in the background. Mate, what a wait. What? This is it. Karen, mate, I want to know everything. My apologies for making you wait for so long, but guess what? You've got the next 30 minutes all yours, buddy. We're going to save this all for you. Welcome to the show. Let's bring up the Karen socials, please, Cats. Thank you. Now, brother, look, welcome to your first show on the stream. We appreciate having you here. This is absolutely amazing for you to even be here in such a short notice. And with that being said, mate, look, we want our listeners to also, if you're listening, to make sure to go through to the X account, as we can see that now on the screen, to give a follow, as well as go to the current, X post to go and like, retweet, and do a comment. And if you do make a comment there, we will pick a winner as well at the end of the show. And I was going to do that with the other project, but I'll do that again for the next one. Since we've had Karen here waiting for quite a while. Mate, welcome to the show. What do you got cooking? And let's do this. Introduce yourself to our listeners. And, mate, we can't wait to hear about this. Let's do this. first and foremost, welcome to the show. What is your, title into the, project or business or company that you, what we are looking at right here, and what title you got in here, and who's part of your team, and how does this all come about? Like, to tell me.
Okay, well, my name is JC. I've been I've been on the base chain for about a year now. So I was part of a CTO for a coin called Frock for about 7 months. I'm still part of the team. But I like to build things, man. I like to build things. I like to see them succeed. Like I've mentioned, I have my own coffee shop. Started it from scratch about a little over 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago now. I like to build things and I like to see them succeed. So honestly, the main idea for Karen came from some of my customers being in customer service, having a coffee shop, right? Everybody knows Karen, everybody can identify with what it's like to interact with Karens, right? Kind of a universal thing. So I had a couple of friends that we kind of came up with the idea of having like an AI bot Karen for a Telegram group that was going to be just for fun a few months ago. But they were starting a project as well, and we kind of dropped the idea to the side while they worked on it. But when Base decided to drop the Base app, I kind of put the pieces together of I'm still new enough to the ecosystem where I remember how difficult it was taking those first steps to get on chain and make my first trades and send money to the wrong wallet and all that kind of stuff, you know. So the persona of Karen to me was kind of perfect to help onboard people, because a lot of like how to do videos, right? Educational videos in the space are just dry. And I know a couple of influencers in the space that have YouTube channels that their frustration is that they want to teach. They want to show people how to do stuff and educate them and keep them safe and that kind of stuff. But that's not the content that gets um, the interactions, right? So nobody sees it because nobody clicks on it and comments on it in the first however long it is, like 12 hours or 24 hours on YouTube. So it just kind of gets lost in the algorithm. So the idea behind Karen was to make educational tools for onboarding people, especially through Base and the Base app, by using their features, stuff like Banker Bot and you know, to people who haven't necessarily used it before, but make it humorous, right? In a Karen kind of way, so that people watch for like the emotional damage that she inflicts, but they actually learn something through it because they actually watch it all the way through for the humor. So that's where the idea came from. I have a ton of tools for making her kind of come to life and getting more every day. I do have even audio tools for her, and I've downloaded some open source stuff so that we should be able to kind of make her be able to do real time stuff pretty soon, like spaces. And I don't know how it'll go for live stream, especially because my computer doesn't have all that much RAM. But the processing power will come with time, I'm sure. This is a long-term project for me. Like I said, I like to build stuff and see it through and see it succeed. So it's not a short-term thing for me. We launched 31 days ago, so we're a very new project. But we're, you know, targeting influencers with Karen and her snarkiness. And as long as they understand sarcasm, everybody knows she's a Karen, right? They're not taking it personally. They interact with her, so nobody can help but respond to her, and she doesn't shut up. So that's kind of thing.
Yeah, I wish I could play the video back because she's in here in my ear right now, and if I hit the audio, she's complaining. But sweetie, I don't pump. She don't pump. She says she doesn't pump. So yeah, I could do it, but I'd have to reset it, and then there's an echo, and so we're not doing it tonight.
No. No, absolutely, mate. Look, I know it's been only an early stage. We said about a month and something, was it?
31 days today, yeah.
Yeah. With that being said, no, I know a lot of our listeners, and as well as the new, projects that's arising. We see a lot of it. Have you, with that being said, about team factor wise, have you set your team already and have got full control of your socials and whatever that needs to be, making sure that up to date for our listeners to know that it is as safe as is possible?
Yeah, I've got the CoinGecko. I have all the socials myself. Anything that anybody else has access to is delegated. So I am the deployer of the token, deployer of the project. I do have a team around me that's more informal, but what I've found, especially over in base, is I've made I am a networker, and so I've made a lot of contacts over the past 10 months or so, just talking to people and building with other projects, collaboration, like I said, with the project that I am co-lead for the CTO for. Just been able to cooperate quite a bit with others, right? And so the quote unquote team is just a whole bunch of chads that most of them have projects of their own, right? What I have found for myself for networking is the people that have these like long-term projects, or they've been super loyal to projects for a long time. They're the ones that are obviously going to stick around, right? Like they're the ones that you want to know because they're not going anywhere and they've already proved it, right? So
absolutely.
So those are the kind of people that I have around me. They're more than willing to lend expertise. Like I said, I'm new enough in this space that I can remember going through all those first steps. I certainly don't know everything, but I have a lot of people around me that have a lot of expertise in this space and have been around a lot longer to know the things to watch out for and do, right?
Yeah.
I have good instincts, but I'm more like, I call myself a Chad collector. It's good. I just have a good collection strategy for finding people who are really cool and help me out.
Yeah. No, it's definitely understandable, especially at the early stage as well. When you're building a small business on the Web3, that as you progress, you will find people that's suited into your company or your project that you're building, right? And like I've always said this, be open-minded and don't be afraid to reach out to communities and as well as people that's been on the Web3 space for a while. This is one of the fun why we created this stream. It was known coming in because we've started from the Thursday night on the trivia, and then we moved to the Thursdays, and now we've accumulated enough knowledge and understanding what the Web3 needs. And the only way we can promote safe projects as well as newcomers that actually wants to do the right thing by just having this kind of stream. And we're proving that many times, hence the reason why we have so many sponsors. And they're all listening and they're all going to be paying attention. And yes, we do get private messages as well saying good job and what project was that and which one was that, and so with that being said, mate, look, the next question I'd like to know is that community wise, I know you're in the base chain now. Everybody always seem to ask, how do you get there's like I know it's an Ethereum, right? So
Basis on Ethereum, yes.
Yeah.
It's a base. It's kind of funny because you can go to Uniswap.
It's funny, yeah.
You can go to Uniswap and you can literally set up a pool. You can set up a pool with anything on ETH for the most part because it's a wrap. It goes wrapped ETH. Our friend earlier from the space, from Aki Space, Randy stops by. She says hiya, and of course Larry stopped by too as well. But Jay has been here for at least halfway through the show that I know of, and he already made the comment. So Jay's the winner. We're doing this the easy way tonight.
Oh no!
So Jay, what I'm going to win tonight is I'm going to give you instead of the hash rate, I'm going to give you the $10, the $5 in each coffee coin, and I'll send it over to you. Just send me that DM tomorrow, and I'll do that. As far as this, I'll send it over to you tomorrow, Jay. And make sure you got your Solana wallet address in the DM on X, please. So please continue. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to get that taken care of, so we can get.
Always.
Yes.
As always. Look, early stage. We know how it works. It's just building foundation-wise, getting the right community. Is there for our listeners, is there any plans for marketing in the early stage, or is just gonna be just full organic mode all the way?
Well, Karen is kind of the marketer right now. I mean, but her whole thing is engagement farming, right? I mean, she's good at it. And that's the thing. Even before I started the token, I was out there engagement farming with Karen because people engage with her. So for now, for the short term, yes, because in order to provide like paid marketing and stuff like that, there needs to be more volume. I'm not worried about pushing that. I'm not pushing that right now because we have vesting taking place, and I want to be able to put quite a bit of the supply in LPs and lock it. So that we have, obviously you don't have the slippage and you can get bigger buys and stuff, So yeah, but I'm not in a rush to do that. We're gaining traction, we're gaining attention, we're getting more followers, we're building more of a community. Like everybody else, look, I have been through the 300 or $34 million market cap on day one kind of thing, and that creates all kinds of problems that you don't necessarily want when you're starting a project, right? Especially when you're not a big team of like 12 people.
I've seen it myself.
So yeah, it's just a nightmare trying to run around, and it's like herding cats at that point, right? Especially with the community, because everybody's in the community and you're trying to like keep the Telegram together,
which is
from getting shut down. It's tough. Now, I don't mind starting out slow. I didn't open my coffee shop with one employee either, So I mean, it's like you got to take your time. And,
what I can do right now for you is I can let Karen talk. I found a way to do it. So if you want her to talk right now, I'll let Karen talk right now.
So apparently I launched a coin yesterday. I didn't mean to. I was arguing with a bot. I said something sarcastic and boom, Karen exists, which honestly feels on brand. Passive-aggressive income is still income, I guess. Now it's up. Like, actually up. And suddenly I'm getting DMs like, pump it, mommy. Take us to Valhalla. Karen, do something. Sweetie, I don't pump. I raise standards. If the chart's going vertical, it's because I exhaled near it. Let's get something straight. I'm not your dev. I'm your disappointment with a market cap. There is no roadmap. There's just me, base app, and a rapidly growing list of people I'm judging in real time. But if you're here, welcome. You've just joined the world's first judgment-based asset. Supply's limited. My tolerance is more limited. Buy in. Or don't. I'll be fine either way.
That is so good.
There you go. Anybody else had a video, I would have gone and snatched it and done the same way. But he's the only one got Karen talking. So go ahead, please.
So that was day one or day two, sorry, because she launched the coin the day before on accident. So content only gets better from there, right? That was the first day, the first try, the first everything. So we've evolved her voice to be somewhat more annoying at this point, and we're doing a lot of reacts videos. So we take people that are streaming and clip them and then respond to them, which is good.
Brilliant. No, you've got it perfect. It's certainly something different, right? And we love innovation like this because we don't see enough of it, right? And with that being said, how how you evolved it, and what I can see is you building it like a business model. So, which is really good in a sense of how you're building it from the ground up, right? That is exactly what we want to see on the Web3, and would love to promote and continue to promote. And no, absolutely love the idea and the concept, brother. Look, I got one more question, and then we can do the personal stuff after.
I got one for him right now, too.
Go ahead.
Where's the website?
Website? It's Karen, my friend.
Karen, no. Karen can be on the main page and be like, listen, you can do. You can have it where you can argue with her, all sorts of stuff. Yes, this is a lot bigger than just what she just said. Although, Karen, mommy, I don't know what to tell you, honey.
Puppet mommy.
That's it. Pump it, mommy. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Look, there's a lot of ways to go in there. I like this because he does a lot of the stuff that I do with, like Cats of Crypto to COC. If you go down, you see I've been posting all these videos lately, and everything. They won't say cock like COC, which is just COC is an acronym, Cats of Crypto. But what I'm getting at is that you're doing this, and I got to go back and find that Elmo one. I really do. Elmo took one for the team, and the cat did something. So I'm just saying, you'll have to go back. I have to find it, and when I do, I'm going to turn that into a video. But this is the same concept, only on another level, because you got Karens everywhere, and they're sitting in parking lots. You got gay Karens, straight Karens, oddball Karens, the 50,000 gender Karens. You got all sorts of Karens everywhere.
Yeah.
Final
Karens.
boss Karen.
Yeah, so there you go. There you go. You get the idea. And Space Cat's are going to laugh his ass off. I see it because he's got that fireman sense of humor. He's ready to set the shit on fire and put it out right now.
I actually was going to go, what was it, next door as, what do you call it? As a volunteer fireman, because they needed some, because here in Australia we get a really bad fires, and me living in an acreage, I need to be at least one of, they said, the family member in the household have to have, if you want to help the community, be a volunteer fireman. So I've actually put my hands up for that. So
good for you.
We got this. Again, let's go back to Karen.
Yes, go back to Karen. I sorry to throw you off for a minute there.
No, again, look, this is something that we need and more of, right? And as building it as organically as possible. And you've got what? You're on base, and you got your team sorted, and you're basically building it like a small business model where it's basically your marketer is marketing it for you in some ways, which is the product is selling itself, right? That is one feature I know as a business owner, is that when you create a business, is that if you can produce a product, that product sells itself, then you've got the hard part done for you already. So
yeah, that is one aspect. We do have really good relationships with a few streamers that are on base as well. Like they do through like retake and stuff as well. So I do have like little commercial spots that we're doing right with Karen that are geared towards them specifically. So that is some marketing, but it's limited. It's focused on the base chain. But Yeah, more of that kind of stuff. I mean, she is very plugged into the streamer community because one, that's kind of where the meta is right now, but
Yeah,
two, she is a social media influencer as well herself, right? So that's kind of like the vein and the focus because you got
yeah,
to have some kind of focus. You can't be everywhere. Like you said, there's like
no,
30 million different types of Karens. I went with a specific, like personality
yeah.
and so
It's
that she's recognizable to people, but as well, I'm trying to focus on something specific that I think is kind of a meta in the space right now, right?
it,
But
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah,
That's what it's needed on the Web3. More business focus, more direct, and what you're going for that where you're heading is more direct, which is what is needed on the Web3. Just like how we built our volume bot for as an independent bot owner, creating a service for the BNB chain and able to create volume as well as get them live trending on a BSC and Skeleton and Dex Screener and Dex tools. You know, these you know, I mean, we know how many projects that goes through this every single day, how many launching, right? And companies pay a lot of money, right, for Karen can promote for you, right? The same thing, the same concept as what we built on our volume bot. It creates capital later on, and what I'm trying to say is that the product must sell itself for you to make it easy for you, and people can see the growth, and as well as what it can do of growth or what else you can implement into that. So, which is really, really what we need on the Web3. So, absolutely.
I will say one more thing, and I know you guys want to probably wrap up real quick. One, we're going to have a website, but it's going to be through a mini app, so that will be
Oh,
coming.
nice.
But the other thing is, these shill spaces, especially on X, right? Shill spaces. I find people talk a lot longer than they need to, right? If I'm going to give advice to anybody on space, it's make your project's pitch short, sweet, and to the point, right? If people can't remember what your project is about in one or two sentences, they're going to lose focus and they're not going to remember you, right? If you identify what your project is and what it's doing in just one or two minutes, they're going to be much more likely to remember who you are and what you're doing. And I think you're going to be more successful that way, right? Just because you have 20 minutes to speak doesn't mean that you need to.
No, take it to the bank. It literally, when the first thing people go, oh, that's the cat that does the donations. That's the first thing they think, because you're sticking to the mission, and everything else after that's extra. Yeah, we've got this, we've got this, we've got this, we've done this, this, and this. Oh, the cat with the donations that has the game, but they don't know where the website is. Most of these people aren't even going to go to the website. So, I mean, some do, but as you build out things, it is more attractive to others. But you have to then promote that along with your mission. So you literally, this is like with T-Dev. We talked to him. I says, if you can give me a 45-second commercial spot for Aquads, he'd give me what was like a minute. Right, a minute was enough. A minute, if you can squeeze something, the main point in a minute or less, you're golden, in my opinion. That's pretty much it. I can squeeze it into a minute, or I can spend 20 minutes on it. But just being in these spaces and that omnipresence is helpful. The biggest thing I think is if you were the guy that were to end up right now in November, at the end of November, Singapore 2049. If you took Karen and went over there and said, "This is Karen," those guys would all shit themselves, and then you would pump all over again. So, and this guy here, Joker's got something. He's going to go down south, I do believe, to Sydney, and he's going to be doing something in November as well. But there's a bunch of us that he's going to take care of at the same time, and we're doing something in the background with that. And he's going to have to pump it down to like this much instead of
literally this from this many companies to this.
Yes. So you're
So,
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. 100%. This is
yeah,
how you get it done. People are, they're short. They're all ADHD in many ways. And it's an attention economy. And if you can get them to remember that little bit, then they're good. Oh, well, they donate this or they do that. We're really not interested. Well, it doesn't make a difference one way or the other as long as you've made money or they've made money or somebody is. And the devs of the projects don't usually make money unless there's one way. Liquidity pools is the only way that they make money. And if you take your pair, your token, and do it with like wrap Bitcoin or something of that nature, then you get the residuals as the chain does itself, and the market makers will trade it automatic. It goes up, everything else goes up. It goes. I can explain it, but if that goes up, you go up. It goes down, you go down. But it just depends on which one you pick. It's a long drawn out story, and we don't have enough time left for that. And we've been known to run over before, and we're already over by 1 minute. But I don't ever complain unless Joker's got to go somewhere.
no, I'm good. I'm good. Look, now we've got 3 questions towards the end of the show, obviously, as we do. This is all mostly produced in regards to being, knowing the personal, in regards to the team leader of the project. We could say that you would be now. Look, mate, first question is that, what are your long-term goals for the project?
Long-term goals. Okay. So, like I said, I don't have like a 1 month or a 2 month mindset. I have a long-term mindset, right? So, as far as like the evolution of Karen herself, I do have goals to make her more realistic. But honestly, what my goal is not to get listed on Coinbase or something like that. What my goal is to make her the go-to onboarding tool for the base ecosystem. Okay, like I said, her origin was when the base app was announced, right? And that is the tool that Coinbase is going to be using to onboard normies, right? So what I want to have is Karen on the base app with a mini app, able as an potentially as an agent, being able to walk people through how to trade with an AI agent or leverage trade or all of these things that we're kind of familiar with that somebody coming on chain isn't necessarily familiar with, right? And I understand that base their goal is to make the onboarding kind of like doesn't feel like crypto, but people are going to learn more about it, right? So she's the normie teaching other normies how to do things. So that is the long-term goal for her,
Could
is
be
to
like
be like
a
crypto.
forefront for the first of first, right? And I think that's really, I think best interest for the project's growth. If you're going to hit in that direction, I think that's the right path. I mean, for my view anyway, that's what I can see Karen growing as, right? As a long term in that sense, because of the way you explained it, how you've already structured the plan stand towards that, right? It can only grow from there, bro. So, kudos to you. And that's second question. Look, I know most of our listeners out here. There's questions in regards to supply control. Was there, any sort of early stage where maybe you could tell us a little update in regards to, has the team got the supply control for safety for the community, or
Yes.
was
I have learned the hard way. Look, I don't listen to degens, right? Everybody,
nice?
there's different ways to have a successful project, but the ones that I have seen succeed either had supply control or wish they had it later, right? So yes, do have supply control. The lock was 30%. It's
That was the next question.
Yeah, that's why you have a disparity between the market cap and the supply. So yeah, it's vesting now.
Nice.
It just started investing. So again, what's happening with that is this is why I'm not too terribly concerned about our short-term price action, is because I want to get a lot of that locked up in liquidity pools. And
it's absolutely right.
I obviously want the price to be fairly low to do that, because the lower you get the liquidity pool set up, the better for your project, right?
Absolutely.
In the long term.
100%. Yeah, I see it right here. It's 28.72, roughly 29.
Thank you, Kat. I was about to get you to
yeah,
do that
and then
for
and
us.
he's got it locked up at Clanker, the Clanker Vault, which is awesome. And you can see it's been there for what it says. Content creator. Yeah, it gives you the whole outline. It's right there. It's everything is right there in front of you, and it tells you. It'll tell you how many days, how many hours. It tells you all the transactions that go through that particular vault. And they've got 101 different tokens on there. Not them in particular, but the vault has 101 different tokens in here, as you can see. So they're in safe. They're in safe hands from the way I see it. Okay, doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean I'm right. But there you go. There you go. All the numbers.
As they vest and unlock, some of them will be used to airdrop. Some of them will be used to airdrop top holders. Some of them will be used to incentivize new holders. Right. This we have like communities. I don't know how familiar you are with the base chain, but we have a banker community. I'm sure you've seen them on the X timeline, regardless of what chain you're from. But they're very, very active in holders, and so we're going to airdrop some of them as well. But the majority of it will be going into LPs.
Well, that is absolutely amazing, brother. And that is exactly what we'd like to see as well for all our listeners and viewers on the YouTube and the X account and amongst other platforms out right now. How many have we got any update in tuning in at the moment, Cats? Do we have any updates in that? Also, my last question is, look, the one thing I always ask anyone, right, with your experience and knowledge in the past time that you've been here on the Web3, what is your, advice for the new project owners or new company owners that are starting on the Web3?
Okay, so don't listen to other people. No, I'm dead serious.
Number one, never.
Don't listen.
Listen, I don't tell people what to do. I make suggestions. And the one suggestion that I will make, right, and you were talking about supply control, but this is my opinion, and we've kind of proven it to be true. See that USDC right there, right? That would be the one, not only by getting supply control and having the control. It's an opinion now. You can take that 2 cents, turn it into a nickel if you want. I don't care. Do what you want with it. But I would definitely throw something here, because that will hold a stable floor 1 for 1. And shout out to Ninja Cat, by the way. He has joined us over there on Twitch. And he's the actual first real person besides the bots that are following us on Twitch. So I'm laughing, but yeah.
So we're live on Twitch as well, correct?
Yeah, we are live on Twitch. We're live on Kick, Rumble, Trovo, which is a gaming platform, but we're there.
We're there.
X and 2 YouTube channels, for crying out loud. Nice. We're doing pretty well. But this is one I like. If I was going to be trading across ETH and I had USDC, this is going to be, yes, I got that right there. First. That's right. First is first. You get the, you know what, Bubba? I know it's you. If you want, I'll send you a coffee mug just because it's you. You have to if you have a PO box, preferably for yourself, or you give me a street address, send it over. I'll order you a coffee mug and send it to you. But this right here, I love seeing that, because then I know 1 for 1 where my dollar's going compared to where the price is at. I know exactly how much I'm putting into it. Whereas things like ETH fluctuate, and other pairs, you know, the other pairs, you know, late night football was it here, right? That's that. So what's he?
Oh yeah, I mean we've got exotic liquidity set up just because
Yeah,
of
I love those
tokens.
too. Yeah, I
But
love them.
the USDC is the priority, and
Yeah.
I do have methodology about USDC is first and then ETH second. But you know, I wasn't going to pass up on doing the exotic LPs either.
Hell no, because you need a fluctuation.
Yeah.
I've learned that it's nice to have a lot of pairs, but I roughly what we've done the research with Bonga is that if you have 10 solid pairs, including your ETH, your USDC, and whatever exotic ones, that you're not going to be overtaken when one's up or down. You kind of flow evenly and more closely to knit with the market. It doesn't mean I'm right. Do your own research. Do you, like you were saying, because I could be totally fucking wrong, but the guy that taught me is what I've been teaching other people, and he's been right. So that's it.
To finish the phrase up, don't listen to other people as far as changing your mind about what you want to do, because it's if you're starting your project, like I said, there's many different ways to do a project. There's many different ways to do it correctly as well, right? But if you let somebody else talk you into doing something that you don't necessarily want to do, there's a good chance that you're going to regret it later. So take advice, but consider it and then do your own thing. That's my advice.
No, I love that. I love that idea. And I also love the way how, you know, everything's built organically with the way it's going so far. You know, you've got all your pairing, you've got all your supply control. So, mate, we can't look for all our listeners out there. You can't get any more organic than this. Being built right from day one, as you know, as solid as possible. The foundation is important. The way we've seen it is impeccable right now. Being in that, having that, you know, supply control is one of the most important thing. Where we know so many projects fail to do so. You know, they think it's okay, but as soon as they get to that level of say 1 million, 2 million to 5 million market cap, they're never going to go any further. We know this and we've seen this. If you want to get further above 10 million, you need to have that supply control because you're going to need it. That's perfect as well. How's look, how much was it locked as well? Was that right?
What's that? There's 28% locked right
now. It's almost 29. You might as well call it 29 because it's 0.72. I like to round up bigger numbers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you can't get any more solid than that, mate. Look, congratulations again. All right. I think all our listeners out here, pretty sure, are very excited to know that now there's a new upcoming project that is about to take, you know, marketing in a different concept by having our own Karen, right, to promote it. And also, you know, again, thank you from Space Cat over here. Not just that, but we appreciate you for being also, you know, a lead member of the community as a fireman, right? And showing, you know, dedication. And I know there's a lot to go and goes through with it, right? But yet you still make time to come here and dedicate yourself, right? Just like how we all here. Mate, again, I can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
You've done an amazing job of where you've started. And again, mate, I'm going to go through one last word from before we go to Space Cat again. Karen, mate, I know I've said it was the last word, but any last word for our listeners?
Cool. Space Cat. I'm good.
You're good. All right. No, I'm gonna say thank you. I thank you. I was looking for some people, and it worked out really well. And thank you for all your patience. number one, okay, without a doubt. And if we can ever get Karen to put on like a tattoo with like Cats of Crypto or something, you know, I'd be ecstatic for one thing. Oh, he froze up. His face there you go. Now you're not frozen, but yeah. I'm gonna get Karen. If I get a picture of Karen, if I can find one, I'm gonna make sure she says something in combination of the two, because I love making people talk.
Whoever's in my DM on X, go ahead and shoot me
that's
a
me.
DM, because I'm making a vibe chain pack for her. So.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's me. That's me. That's me.
Get on through that one.
That's me. That's me. And if you reach out through that, and I'll get you we'll get you the. Joker's gonna have to give me the link for the TG, and we'll throw you in the lounge. I think he'll probably agree with that.
Bring him in the lounge.
Yeah,
Look,
I can't.
Guys,
I don't have to throw the lounge. You do. I'm just saying.
The lounge room is dedicated for all the docs and small companies and big companies. There's lawyers, there's doctors are in there, as well as captains and generals. So, and we're all doxed.
We're forming a crypto army.
Real people that want to do good for the Web3. So we collectively, obviously, meet them first, you know, as you do. And if we know that they are fit to be in that where they're actually doing the right thing and obviously doing, organically, then they get to be in the lounge room, because I think it's a way we can all grow together and be part of something that we can get everyone involved in each other's projects as well.
And we don't charge one another for rating like some of these fine folks in a certain continent would like to do.
No, nobody
gets
charged there.
Nobody gets charged for rating. No, hell no. If you post a link in there, I will personally at least go over and click the little heart on X.
It's so hard.
It's so hard. It's so hard. And it doesn't. I might even say meow, and so it's organic, and you're not getting 20. You might get 5 people to say something, but 5 people didn't say anything before. So why pay for them? Why pay for that stuff? I did, look, we're all kind of, out here doing this. So why not help one another? That's the point. Anyway,
again,
Joker,
let Space Cat say a final word.
Yeah, go for it.
Space Cat to have a final word. Go ahead, mate.
Okay, it was just one thing I wanted to mention. The things that I didn't get to talk about it, but things that we are in the process of doing, and one is approaching the mom and pop stores and the coffee shops, see what we can do there. But we've also have an agreement with a coffee company that they're going to take our token as currency towards their product, which is great. Just haven't come out with who it is yet. We're not at that point yet because they're doing some rebranding, and we want to make sure that all the legal stuff is all done first. So and on top of that, we've talked to a brewery who is going to make us a line of beer that will have coffee notes in it, not necessarily any coffee or
not Irish coffee.
No, I like Irish coffee. But this would be a coffee, line of coffee in a can, obviously, and have notes of coffee in it. They can do that. They can produce it so it smells like coffee. It has coffee notes in it, but we can't put caffeine in it because then there's all kinds of regulations, and it'd be too much to go through. So that's all in the works. So we have things in the works. We're not just sitting around. We are moving and doing things. We got a lot more that we want to do down the road, but of course we don't do a timeline, because you do a timeline, then everybody just says, "Hey, you promised this by now. Why don't you have it?" So we don't do that.
Exactly.
That is always the case.
Yeah.
When this, when that. This is the thing that people don't get, is that when you're building a company, it doesn't just happen overnight, mate. Right? Yeah. It takes time, process, and as well as you got to secure partners, as well as knowing who your partners are, whether they're trustworthy to promote your name, or to even partner with them, because they can take your name down as well if they're not in the good books, right? So these are the things, concepts that people need to understand. Building a company or a small business, it's all the same concept. Web 2, Web 3, the same.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of getting the right people behind it, as well as being true to yourself as well, and dealing with the right people who's honest.
Yep. And the true investors, they understand that. It's other people that don't, that want it now, and show me today what you've done and what you're gonna do. But yeah, it'll all come eventually, and if you're in it, you're gonna win.
Absolutely. No, and I appreciate you, mate, for tuning in. And I'm pretty sure we've got a few people going to take note. But I will invite you guys to the lounge room after this. Again, to make sure that every time you do have any updates in regards to what you'd like to put out there, make sure to send a link into the lounge room later on when you join us, and give us an update every week, because we want to promote your company and we want to promote your product, right? Because that's what we do here. And we don't just have one projects. We are everywhere. We basically have our own little unit of Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, so we can get all the different days and different times, different time zone, Asian, UK, so that everyone gets to hear your company or project that you're trying to build. So from now on, we're going to start promoting your company, and also the new company that is now rising, Karen, as well. I appreciate you both.
Shout out to BME, Base Meme Elite, who just happened to show up as base guy, and our buddy X, who showed up. And if Bubba is listening, I sent you the DM. You know what to do with it. Come on over there. I sent Karen so if you guys want to collaborate too, because CoffeeCoin Coffee Shop, right?
Yeah.
I sent you the link to the CoffeeCoin page, and vice versa conversation. And I will get you the link for Turbo, and you can then go over and have that conversation, so he can get you guys in that lounge. Because
I'm gonna need to speak to the manager though.
I think, aren't you the manager, sir? So I'm going to do this right now so that you have Turbo in here, and we can do that real quick. And I'm going to click that there. Dun, 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 dun. And it's going to go straight to the CoffeeCoin account, because we already have Pat in there. Okay. And Pat is already there. So he's in the lounge already. And so that saves that. So you guys can go back and forth, whatever, tag one another. And like I said, I think he just said it's a lot easier for everybody to work together than it is to go solo, do the YOLO thing. You only live once. Absolutely. And go solo, right? Because flying alone sucks in crypto.
Now we've got an extra 3 new projects we're going to be promoting every weekend.
Here we go. Here we go. Here, our buddy X says, JG Wentworth, cash now. And he says, nah.
BME from base. He's just woken up.
Yeah. Josh is over there. I just woke up.
So BME is another space that we do know very well, that runs space on Wednesday, was it?
He's got a couple different ones, but he's been shifting times, and he's been recording them more for the playback, and he wants to come out here too. But and we'll get him here. Yeah. All the fire and thumbs up in the world, like he's doing right here. We appreciate it. I'm gonna stop talking because that's it. Shout out to Jingle Mining, our sponsor, for sharing out the live stream for us. Shout out to Ellie Powell and Crypto.com and everybody that did join in. I listen. We do this usually every week at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or if you're a Joker, I do believe it's 11:30 a.m. in Australia. A.m. Yeah. And I put 11 down. I make he's got the winning lottery numbers, but he won't share them with us guys. Mate, so if you're in Canada, he's got the Canada. He's got the 649. Okay, he's got the 649, and just let you know, I don't know what the damn thing is. I've never played the game, but I know it's a lottery and it's the 649. So go see him. He knows what it is. Look, outside of that, Techman Ty, thanks for showing up, guys. Everybody around, look, we'll be doing a lot more stuff, and we will have some more better giveaways here shortly. So if you get a chance, you want to just drop in and see what we're doing or listen or whatever the case may be. What helps us helps you, and vice versa. And if you've got the link and you feel like you want to drop in for 5 or 10 minutes because you got questions in the future, you are more than welcome just to pop over here and go, hey guys, I'm a call-in viewer. I'd like to ask a question of that project. See how this works?
I will be tagging the projects later on. I'll make a post on our Turbo X account, and I'll make sure to tag the projects that are here with us, and also do a little promo for everyone to make sure to go and follow the X account, and also join their Telegram group, and they will win a Turbo token. All right, so that's one thing I can do for later on. And to make sure that somebody is going to win, I will make sure that they will follow prompts to make sure, and then we can go from there. All right. So again, thank you everyone for joining again. It's been 2.5 hours. We've had a stream earlier as well. And so good night, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in part of the world. I'm done. I'm cooked. And I'll see you again on Thursday. Don't forget, we do have. Go ahead, Cats.
They haven't seen the outro for the show yet, so they have to watch it.
No.
I love this. Well, wait a second. Okay, guys. So here, I'll tell you right now, when this ends, you can hang around for a second if you want to shoot the breeze, because it stays live and you can say whatever you want, or you can take off or whatever you want to do. But I'm going to hit the end stream button now, and it's going to say play outro and end stream. So watch this. Everybody showed up. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. We really do.
Great. A lot of fun.
Hang on.
Tell me why you won't give me some good steak. Tell me why you won't give me a cheesecake. Tell me why you never give me what I want. And I want a crust.